up to Walt sharing wise. You know what I'm saying? Man, hey, it's football season, man. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I watched the game yesterday, Georgia Tech and Florida State. I watched it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You call me whatever you want. I watched it. So,
I
you know,
watched some of it.
you know,
I was wrong about DJ, man. Like I've been pulling for DJ Uyunglele for a
yeah.
long time, bro. I see the size, I see the arm strength. I see like it's he
DJ, what
makes
are you
just
doing?
enough plays. He makes just enough plays to make you think like, okay, like this dude. I see the number one overall prospect that he was coming out the year out of California. That cause I think he was in some publications. He was rated ahead of Bryce Young coming out of California. But three
Yeah,
teams in 3 years,
yeah, yeah.
and now
Li-
you take over a Florida State team that has just been ravaged by the
Good.
NFL draft last year and ravaged by graduation and guys transferring out. Like he went to the worst situation he possibly could have went to.
I like Mike Norvell though. I think he a hell of a coach. I think he kind of got a
Yeah, I
different
do too.
mentality,
They,
what they had before.
they shouldn't have been ranked 10, though. They shouldn't have been ranked 10.
Yeah, that was real high for them because cause I was talking to
It
Walt
was a
when
makeup ranking
yeah
because
yeah
of what
for them
happened to them come playoff time. Like that's
yeah
all. It was a makeup ranking.
because
They
they asked
screwed now
them.
though.
Yeah, they screwed. They lost the first game. They done. They lost Georgia Tech. But what I wanted to say, remember, I was on the phone with you when the game came on, and I said I didn't realize I was out of the loop on that. I didn't know DJ went there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Yeah,
know he went in the portal and actually went up. But what's up, Darcy? It's man, it's football season. The football's in the air, bro. I mean, I'm sitting here just getting bored of these preseason games. People, you know, I love it. It's like politics, man. People, whatever side of the spectrum you on, people gonna run with it with preseason. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like a guy and he don't perform in preseason, then he's the worst guy ever. He's the worst draft pick ever. If your guy performs, then he should be out there week one. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like whoever you like, whatever your flavor is. I think it's an overreaction both ways. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, especially in
yeah.
Lamar, y'all know, y'all been hearing it, y'all been seeing the rhetoric that's been going on with this team, man. But I cannot say enough about this season and just how much it's going to be a roller coaster. I mean, just looking back at what happened last year, we look at this team and uh,
Yeah.
we look at this team as a whole, and some things happened that we kind of thought, right? We kind of knew what they were. The Baltimore game was humbling as hell. You know what I'm saying? After we had a good start, you know what I'm saying? The Green Bay game on Thanksgiving was really humbling. You know what I'm saying? Losing to Chicago on the road at Chicago was humbling to me. So some things happened, but this team always bounced back after a loss. They always came back and kicked ass the next game. So
Right.
to me, I mean, I'm looking for, I mean, we can start with the preseason, I guess, if y'all want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I, I mean, I'll just go first real quick. I mean, I don't really take too much stock out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Hmm.
not going to say a guy sucks either way. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see the main purpose of this preseason was Hendon Hooker to me. I mean, he was. Remember, I said it's Hendon Hooker TV in my point, and I think the organization did the right thing by showcasing what this guy can do because he was like the guy that everybody would talk about and say, oh well, he can't play. Last year, oh well, he can't play. It was a wasted draft pick. We hear media outlets saying it's a wasted draft pick. Why did you use a third round pick on Hendon Hooker? Well, I think he kind of showed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
they drafted on me is something there. Now, yeah, of course he's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, he did look uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You had a Rockets. You don't have to be a NFL scout to see that part of it, but I do think it comes with the territory, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it's lights, camera, action with Hendon Hooker. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Well,
that's all. I mean, I like what I say. I like the elusiveness. Yes. Are you comfortable with him at back at QB2? If it's me, I'm not. I'm not uncomfortable because I told y'all this before. If Jared Goff gets hurt, the season's over. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, yes, Hendon Hooker could come in and win some games, of course. Yeah, of course he could do that. But I don't know if you got the same continuity, the playbook, stuff may change just a little. You know what I'm saying? I just think that the team would probably the dynamic would change just a little. But if we're talking backup quarterback, if we're talking kicker, I mean we got a good team, guys. I don't know. That's not going to stop anything, from happening. Did as this season unfolds. Maybe Lamar, you can take it away. You got
Yeah,
another spin on it, but that's how I
yeah.
feel.
I had to like lift up my phone to see the exactly what Campbell said, and Campbell said, and this is what's gonna make y'all laugh. Campbell said he learns a lot about Hooker from the failures, not the successes. The failures. How does he react when he gets sacked 5 times and the line ain't blocking? Some of it's on him, some of it's on the others, the O line. But I looked at a dude come into a game in the Giants game, come into a game and change the momentum, lead a drive, and we end up scoring 3 points. When he left that game, we didn't score at all. Then I see Kansas City. I see him lead a drive again, 20, 80, from his own 20 to the 80 to the next 20, equal to 80 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I see him doing this consistently, and I see people not enamored with it. They don't even care about him stretching the plays. Like, he was dead to rights on a 2nd and 9, and next thing you know, it's a first down. Like, because he ran it or he just got to the open man. But in that instance, he ran the football. So for me, I look at him and I'm like, okay, I need to make him my QB2 so he can get as many reps as possible. Because all that second QB is going to do is help prepare for the next game. He might be on scout team. He might be, just going over an install for the week. He might be going over plays for the week. Might be going over impersonations of the quarterback the next quarterback will be facing. Like, it's very limited. All it's walk through and this, that, and the third, preparing. But I look at him being QB2 and him understanding how to prepare for an opponent like Jared Goff. That's what you want to do. You want to prepare him every time like he's playing the game, like he's about to come in. Because Sudfeld can't do nothing for you. Sudfeld makes everybody comfortable, and everything comfortable isn't going to make you grow. Jake Fromm does not know this offense. I don't know what y'all are seeing. Not y'all, but the fans. I don't know. He knows 15 plays. He had 15 plays scripted. It was his job to learn those 15 plays in 2 weeks. And man, he was looking like a Pro Bowler. But you put him in a game, I guarantee you he's not going to look the same. You start putting him in for the install for the opponent, he's not going to look the same. So Hendon Hooker to me is the best spot to be the quarterback too. And anybody saying otherwise, like, I mean, what are you seeing? Like, what are you not seeing? Like, I would have to question your virtue if you hate Hendon Hooker. I would have to question your virtue. That's where I'm at.
Man. Well, I don't have a whole lot to say about it, man. I think it's obvious that over 2 preseason games, and you can't make a whole lot about it because you don't have anything else to really base it off of other than what he did at Tennessee as well as Virginia Tech. But I think it's obvious when you compare him to Sudfeld, and I don't care what Fromm or anybody would have came in and done. We've seen veteran NFL quarterbacks come into preseason games or even come into regular season games and complete passes.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of silly to make too much of what Fromm did. Now, if you look at what Hendon Hooker did and what Hendon Hooker can do, I think it opened a lot of eyes, a lot of Lions fans' eyes who want to be opened. It showed them that, okay, there's more to it when it's 3rd and 13 and we have a guy back there that can pick up 15, 16 yards with his legs and keep drives alive.
Yeah.
And it's not just, okay, it's a 3 and out because there were running lanes, but our quarterback, and I'm not trying to insult Jared Goff or downplay him, but it is what it is. He's not mobile. Can he maneuver in the pocket, which is more important, I think, and manipulate the pocket and make throws? Yes, he can. But can he get out there? Does he have that extra dynamic of being able to pick up yards when there are no yards to be picked up and extending those drives? So like I said, man, I agree. I think it's obvious Hendon Hooker has done the most of the three quarterbacks that have played this preseason. And heading into the 2024 season, he should be our starter. So let's go. All right, so let's really get into it, man.
Walt Dollar.
Let's really get into this, man. Oh yeah, shout out to Walt Dollar
Yeah,
on the
Walt.
production.
Walt
I'm gonna
intro
tag that
hard.
man in every beat that he
Yeah.
give me because it's all off the love, and I appreciate that man. Also,
Yeah.
his brother
Yes,
Eric Russell,
yes,
who
sir.
does the outspoken 525 podcast, which is
Mm-hmm.
boxing, all the boxing needs that you have. That man can touch on every topic and give you the information you need. But
Yeah.
all right, man. So listen, we already talked about Hendon Hooker. Let's talk about a bigger issue, and this is an issue that this team has had, I believe, ever since Josh Reynolds dropped that pass against San Francisco. A lot of people knew when he got the 2-year deal after year one when he was here that it was sort of a, okay, you know what, you were here during the lean times. Our quarterback is very comfortable with you. We still haven't completely filled out the wide receiver room, so we need you here. Now, once guys kind of grew, St. Brown came into his own. We believe Jamison Williams is about to blossom into the guy that we saw at Alabama. Now, outside of that,
Mm-hmm.
things are kind of scarce. And I
Oh
believe since
man.
the Frisco game, you know, he left. You're looking at the fact that they traded for DPJ. And when they traded for DPJ, I was not a fan of it. I know a lot of people here in Michigan felt like he was a Michigan University kid. He went to Cass Tech in Detroit. So he's going to be great. You got to be positive behind him. I wanted to be positive behind it. But at the end of the day, it's about results.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't see him do anything in Cleveland. Nothing really to warrant them to keep him there. He came here. He's had every opportunity since he got here to win over that spot.
Yeah.
And if you look at, and I'm going to bring the graphic up in a second, but when you look at the people who are currently listed behind Amon-Ra St. Brown
Yeah.
and Jamison Williams, it gets kind of scary. So, Ashanti, I'm going to start with you. Who do you believe right now has the leg up for receiver number 3? And do we even honestly need, theoretically, from the depth chart point of view, a wide receiver number 3?
Oh man. Yes, we need a receiver. So anybody who thinks we don't, stop saying we don't, because we do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's evident. Okay. It's a lot to sort out here. DPJ. Man, like you said, DPJ is an enigma to me, man, because I wanted him to be the guy so bad, and it's not. Walt and Lamar, I even beg to differ. I don't even think he's gonna make the roster, man. I don't think he even deserves a roster spot. I would really take a look at Isaiah Williams. I mean, I think that I wanted Caden Davis to be that guy. I think it's something there with him. Don't laugh at me by saying that, because everybody's favorite Tom Kennedy. I don't think he's the guy. I don't, he's been here 3 or 4 years. He's been flirting. He's played in some games. I don't know if that's real. I know I always go off ability. Okay, when I don't see when I ability and playmaking ability, speed, things that coaches can't coach. Those are the things that I look at a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Who's like a deer in headlights. And Isaiah Williams, I like this kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I felt kind of the same way about Antoine Green last year, and I think his stint is gone. He's long gone now. So yes, if you have to ask me, Walt, I would say this. I would say Isaiah Williams, or I can't even say Caden Davis to this point. I liked what I saw against Kansas City. He's got a little bit of a twitch in his step. I like him a lot, but I'm gonna say Isaiah Williams or this guy, or he's not even on the roster, man, yet. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. I'm kind of worried, to be honest with you. I'm worried about that because we didn't solidify anything, in my opinion. And Isaiah Williams is another 5'8", 5'9" guy that we already have. We got Leaf, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what I'm saying? We know Jamison Williams supplanted at number 2 wide receiver spot. So I think we need to go out and whoever the guy. I think we're gonna find a lot of guys getting cut these next couple days. I think Tuesday is cut day. Cut, So yeah, if you had to ask me, gun to my head, I'm gonna take Isaiah Williams. That's the guy I'm gonna go with right now. But if there's
Yeah.
somebody out there, I keep hearing Michael Thomas. I keep hearing which Michael Thomas worries me. He's not even on a roster. That really worries me about him. But I like Michael Thomas. I don't know. Something's going on with him because he's way too talented. I mean, I don't know if he gives up in the locker on teams. He cusses all the coaches out. I don't know what the deal is with Michael Thomas, why he's not on an NFL roster. But like I said, I'm gonna say Isaiah Williams. I don't want to take up everybody's time.
No, you're not. Okay. I just got a message that was like, oh my goodness, it was from one of the big 3 YouTubers telling me we should do a video or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah. Anyway, this is the group I like. The guys who tell it like it is and don't hype up the nonsense. I really want to steal with.
Shout out to Mike Barker too.
Yeah, Mike Barker. Yeah, what's up, Mike? Yep, Mike.
And Elijah Hanna.
Yep,
Elijah.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.
This is definitely my group right here, Lions Avenue, man. I love being with y'all. I love having y'all. Y'all definitely got me last year to come back on because I take breaks and stuff. Mm-hmm. As far as like the roster goes, DPJ out. I'm gonna give you a quick answer. Out. There's no. DPJ should work with me. I could teach him how to fix computers. We should work together. I can get him a badge. we could really use someone like him in the office.
Treat that man like that. I get it though. But listen, it's disappointing. I want you to get back to your point, but it's disappointing to see that he may be the most physically talented. Yeah, I'm not saying. I think his overall athleticism was overblown a little bit coming out of Michigan. Like I said, I always go back to the fact that I felt Nico Collins, like once Nico Collins physically got in shape, he was the best out of those 3 dudes, which was him, Tariq Black, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's going on to prove it that he's the best out of those 3. But it's disappointing, man, to see that he has that size, he has that type of athletic ability. You've been here since the deadline, and you haven't beaten out guys like Fountain and Kennedy and Williams, and it's very, very disappointing, man.
Yeah. Jalen Calhoun too was another guy. I barely seen him out there from Duke. Another guy, barely seen him out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
But I do want to give my point.